Seven Peaks Arena in Provo, Utah. It's continuing coverage of the 2018 Beehive Showcase. Our game this afternoon features the number 7 seed Williston State taking on the number 12 seed Cal State Northridge. Good afternoon, everyone. Delighted to have you along today. I'm Travis Van Nody. I thank Williston State for having me on. Today, I'm normally the Cal State Northridge broadcaster. We got a great matchup this afternoon. Williston State, so far they're 1-1 here at the Beehive Showcase. They beat Weber State in Ogden 2 days ago, 5-4. Lost yesterday to Grand Canyon 6-3. They come in with a 3-8-0-3 overall record, so that's 3 wins, 8 losses, and 3 ties. Meanwhile, for Cal State Northridge, they are 1-1 so far here at the Beehive Showcase as well. They beat up on Colorado State the game before Williston State's game 2 days ago in Ogden, 9-2. And they went toe-to-toe with the number 1 team in the region, the University of Mary. Came up just short, losing 2-1 as they gave up the winning goal with just over 4 minutes to go in regulation. So far the Beehive Showcase, Grand Canyon, Mary, and Northern Colorado are both 2-0. So 3 teams that are 2-0. BYU, Colorado State, CSUN, Dakota College, Michigan State, NAU, Weber State, and Williston all 1-1. Arizona State, Utah State, and Utah Valley are the 3 teams that are 0-2. So 3 of the 14 teams are 2-0. 3 of the 14 teams are 0-2, and everybody else 1-1 so far here in Utah. It's been a really strong week of hockey. Lots of close games. On day 1, there were 2 1-goal games. Of course, Williston State was involved in one of those. There were 2 2-goal games as well. Yesterday, there was 2 actually 1-goal games. The nightcap here in Provo was a great one. ASU was up on BYU 3-2, but BYU scored twice in the final minute to come from behind to beat Arizona State 4-3. There's only been a couple of blowouts so far, and actually Colorado State's been involved in both of them, on the losing side and on the winning side yesterday, beating Utah Valley 12-1. So it looks like we are just ready to go here. Don't know if there will be a national anthem or not. There hasn't really been any starting lineups to speak of. So we'll preview the goaltending matchup. CSUN starts Vincent Seppi. He's a senior from Simi Valley, California. It's his 5th start, 6th appearance, 3-1 record, 2.21 goals against, .926 save percentage. And for Williston State, they start Jimmy Grosskloss. He's a freshman from Colorado Springs. It's his 4th start, 5th appearance, 0-2 record, 13.77 goals against, and a .689 save percentage. So it's been a tough start for Jimmy Grosskloss this season. Williston State controls the opening faceoff. Worked up the wing by Tom King. Cameron Rorick's there to punch back into Williston State territory. King, forechecked by Eli Barengut, and checks him off the puck. Sent out front. Rorick couldn't shoot. Back the other way comes Williston State. Luka Nadarsic sends it wide of the cage, the Slovenia native. Barengut hoping for Nick Gears taken away, but trapped inside the zone was Will Lansford, so it's offside on Williston State. Well, again, the records for these 2 clubs: Williston 3-8-0-3, CSUN is 8-3-0-1. Williston State's now 1-3-0-2 in neutral site games. Matador's just 1-1. There are 2 games here. The Beehive Showcase their first 2 neutral site games of the season. Once again, the face-off is won by the captain, Ryan Grushka. Kenny Garrett plays it up the wing. It's taken over by Grayson Zumalos. Garrett once more. Picked off by Jaime Velasquez. He shoots, and it's out by Grosskloss. So a nice steal there by Jaime Velasquez, but shot it right into the Teton on Jimmy Grosskloss's chest. Williston State, their 3rd season in the ACHA. They made nationals in their 1st year 2 years ago. Lost in the regional final last year. They were the number 4 seed, lost to the number 5 seed Denver. They're trying to get back to regionals for the 2nd consecutive year. They got the auto bid their 1st year in Division 2. They were the number 1 seed when CSUN made regionals 2 seasons ago. The Matadors trying to make regionals for the 2nd time in 3 years. Zumalos steals. Heavy bump there on Velasquez, but Zumalos once again a shot stick save. Grossclass. 50-50 puck. Zumalos given a big bump by Peyton Ocon. Matador still hold in though. Blocker save Grossclass. Williston State finally able to skate through neutral ice. Dylan Lincoln loses it, and inside the zone is Ocon. His shot stopped by Seppi, and it's cleared up by Alex Marbach. Andre Ramirez picks up the puck all by himself at the moment. Can't get around Dalton Johnson. Johnson, a leading goal scorer for Williston State with 7 goals. Tom Dobercott finds John Michael Lauren, chips in deep. Back forward, Garrett shovels it on around. Michael Ballard has it held in by Levi Bulls. His shot stopped by Grossclass. Johnson up the wing. Dobercott hustles to hold the zone. Johnson once more goes to the far side this time. CSUN doing a really nice job forechecking early on, hemming in Williston State. Johnson weaves his way in, shoots. It's off of Dobercott. Ballard back in deep, picked up by Dobercott. Dobercott to Ramirez, couldn't settle the jumpy puck, sent back in by Garrett. Williston State's onside. 17:30 remaining in the first. Here in Provo, the home of BYU and Utah Valley. CSUN's going to come back here in January to play 3 games at Seven Peaks Arena. The first against Utah Valley, then 2 against BYU. A gorgeous facility. Of course, all the rinks in Utah are Olympic. This was built for the Salt Lake City Olympic Games at '02. A lot of flow to this opening period. Matt Bushton back in his own ends. Bit of a dangerous pass, but works out to Zach Carnes. Christian Parks sends back to Bushton. Bushton again to Carnes. Stretch pass is taken over. It's taken over by Christian Parks then. Parks to DJ Howell. Taken over by Mikko Serenkin, rather. Good step up there by Bushton. Grushka leaves for King, and he clears out. Williston changing up ice, plenty of time for Bushton. Stretches to Carnes, but that's going to be icing. So Carnes was behind the red line. 16:15 remaining in the opening period. Shots on goal early on, 3-2 in favor of CSUN. So we have the benefit of a shot clock here in Provo. Williston State, their final games tomorrow against Michigan State and Ogden. So that should be a real good one. CSUN finishes up the Beehive Showcase tomorrow in Logan against Arizona State. The CSUN nets dislodged. 16:07 remaining in the first. The CSUN, their first 2 games in Ogden against Colorado State and Mary, went 1-1. Williston State, they get 2 games in Ogden as well. George Resnikov takes the draw for CSUN. It's won by Grushka. Shot from up high, glove save, Seppi. It's Lincoln with the bid. Williston State College, a junior college in North Dakota. They were a powerhouse NGCAA team for years before joining the ACHA in Division II. Of course, it used to be that junior colleges could only play in Division III, but that rule was changed before Williston joined the ACHA. So Williston State, Dakota College, Santa Rosa Junior College in California now can all play in Division II. Rorick clears out. Oken up the wing finds Austin Weber. It's played in by Ballard. Marbach up the wing. Rorick clears out. Oken back in as Williston State's back on side. Marbach turns it over. Weber trying to find a shooting lane, dishes off. Back in front, swallowed up by Seppi. A bit of a slow developing play that time by Williston State off of the turnover. 15.5 remaining in the first. The CSUN averages now 6.83 goals per game. Their competition, though, in California is not the best, so the goals for is a bit elevated. For Williston, they average 4.14 goals per game. The goals against, very good for the Matadors, though, 1.92. For Williston State, as it's shot out of play, it's a bit elevated at 5.28. Williston State does give up their fair share of goals. What a game it was yesterday. CSUN and Mary. 2-1, Mary got the win. It was scoreless after the first, but it was a great hockey game to watch. Both teams scored power play goals in the middle frame, but then Mary got the clincher with about 4 minutes to go in regulation. Shot by Lincoln deflects up out of play. Faceoff stays inside CSUN territory. Finally, we get a little bit of slower pace here in the first. 15-13 to go in it. Change in line for CSUN. First ever meeting between these two teams. CSUN, 3 of the 4 games are first-time games against Colorado State, Mary, and Williston State. They have played Arizona State in the past, used to be in the same conference, the WCHC. Back for it, Serenkin shovels it around. Williston State survives. 2-on-3 the other way. Lansford make that Tank Bouchard actually absorbs a Dobrikot hit. Bouchard able to stab back, and the shot by Grushka goes wide. Velasquez reverses for Dobrikot. Zumalas just clears out. Zumalas could have made a better play there. He's got another chance to make a play, and he turns it over to Johnson. Johnson an area pass. Dobrikot steals from Nadarsik. Zumalas again reverses and turns it over. It's been a rough shift for Grayson Zumalas. Johnson shot stick save Seppi. The puck stays in the rink. Nadarsik cycles. Out front Johnson. Robbed by Seppi. It's still loose and picked up by Ramirez. Possible 2-on-1 the other way. Ramirez in front, and it's stopped by Grosskloss. Oh, what a pad save by Grosskloss on Hoover. Andre Ramirez can absolutely fly for the Matadors. Lauren to callback. CSUN's top line is out. Give and go doesn't connect. Callback steals Lauren's shot blocks. And Williston skates the other way. Weber, cross ice, finds Ballard. Stick checked away by Bushton. Lauren and Wade Ajay meets. Held in by Williston. Nice body by Ramirez. Marbach through Ramirez. Deflected, no icing. 13-10 to go in the first. King the other way. Freshman from Fontana, California. A Southern California product. Garrett, side of the net, deflected on, stopped by Seppi. A huge save by Seppi on Ballard. Williston State, a pretty eclectic team. They have players from Minnesota, Ontario. Nadarsik is from Ljubljana, Slovenia, which is the capital of Slovenia. Also players from New Jersey, Las Vegas, Alabama, Wisconsin. A couple players, of course, from North Dakota. California, as we mentioned, Saskatchewan, Colorado. The #1 goalie who's backing up today, Angus Lang, is from Kilmarnock, Scotland. Williston State getting players from all over the place internationally. 12:51 to go in the first. Shots on goal, 7-4 favor Williston. Both teams have had some really good opportunities, but credit Seppi and Grosskloss so far for CSUN and Williston State. Resnikov wins the draw. Bowles turns it over. Garrett Freeman back up top, King. King's shot, stick save, Seppi, rebound off the side of the cage. Freeman had a wide open look, but couldn't hit the net. Howell chips in. King first on it. So there's the Fontana native. Bowles chips in as CSUN had to get back on side. Garrett pressured by Resnikov, and he reverses for King. Freeman shoots, and it's blocked by Dobrikot. Grushka cycles. Williston State's changing up ice. Outside bid by Freeman, stick save Seppi. Reznikov trying to clear, can't. Outside bid is blocked by Gears and cleared out. But Williston the better of the play the last couple of shifts, hemming in CSUN. CSUN with the initial surge in this hockey game. Johnson checked down by Rorik. Bulls trying to clear, held in by Sarankin. Shot scores! I believe Austin Weber got his stick on it last. Williston State up 1-0 at 11:29. Finally, all that pressure pays off for the Tetons. Weber, the freshman from Vestavia, Alabama, picks up his 6th goal of the season. He's the Alabama native for Williston State. See if CSUN can have a surge here and try and equalize the game. Williston State, very fast club, a lot of skill. Pretty much the exact opposite of the University of Mary. Mary was a bigger club and very physical. Not as much skill as Williston. 2-on-2 with the Tetons. Nadarsik dangles around Bushton, backhand bid, scores! What a goal by Luka Nadarsik. It's 2-0, just 30 seconds later. Nadarsik, the Slovenian native, picks up his 5th goal of the season. That was just a great individual effort by Luka Nadarsik. CSUN countering with their top liners. They've lost control of this hockey game in the first. Marbach turns it over to Weber, the first goal scorer. Ajay couldn't get through the defense. Lauren sends it in deep. And he hammers down that Teton. That was Weber. It's reversed for King. Williston State had 16 skaters today. Matadors with a full complement, 22. As scratched as Jake Rudloff for Williston State. Penalty upcoming. Tempers flaring here in the opening period. Penalties on Williston State. So Weber heads off. It's a cross-checking call at 10:22. CSUN the first power play of the hockey game. They have a 27.8% conversion rate this year. Really good number. It's also 27.8%, ironically, away from their home rink, the Simi Valley Isoplex. They really do need a power play goal here to get in this hockey game. Shots are 11 for Williston. Gears to Velasquez. CSUN set up. Velasquez has his pass disrupted, but it gets to Gears. Gears. Velasquez. Shoots, glove save, Gross-Kloss. Zumalos back to Gears. Zumalos. Gears cocked and ready. Stopped by Gross-Kloss, rebound cleared out. Zumalos sends down low for Hoover. Back to Zumalos. Gears. Gears. Shoots and scores! Nick Gears strikes on the power play. That's 2-1 at 9:29. So 3 goals in 2 minutes in this hockey game. For Gears, that's his 5th goal of the season and his first career power play goal as a Matador. Gears actually is a transfer from UNLV. Played there 2 years ago when UNLV was in Division II. Took a year off last year before transferring to CSUN. CSUN certainly needed that goal. Callback, looks up ice. Eventually works out to Ramirez. 2-on-4. Ramirez. Good defense by King. Ramirez cycles for Lauren. And he trips up that Teton. The play continues. CSUN got away with one there. 2-on-2 for the Tetons. Lincoln checks in. Pulls up the wing for callback. Callback. Gets it over the head of Johnson, but they're King. CSUN rolling a change up ice. King gets around Dobricott and dishes off to Ballard. Ballard checked down. Good hit by Howell. Cluster players dig for it. Pride for by Williston State. Good defense again by Dobricott. This time on Ajay. Picked up by Freeman. Freeman with 8 minutes to go in the opening period. All the way around. One-timer stopped by Seppi as he robs Ballard and covers up. That was a pure reaction save by Vincent Seppi. Picked it up at just the last second. Williston State, 2 goals, 30 seconds apart. Weber. And then Nadarsik with a great individual effort. And 2 minutes after the first goal, was Nick Gears on the power play to cut the lead in half. He's off one by Rourke. Strong pressure by Nadarsik. Barron got a chance to clear. He can't. Sent down low. Nice pick off by Matt Mezek. Rourke off of the glass. This time to neutral ice. Barron gut leaves for Gears, but he's offside. Barron gut and Gears got mixed up there. But when Gears made nationals 2 years ago with UNLV, and of course the same year that Williston State made nationals. Both teams making nationals for the first time. UNLV, of course, now in Division I. They made nationals at that level last year. Faceoff is controlled by Rushka. Gears, strong pressure. Rourke there to help. Bushton. And his shot never got to Rosclaus. Good block by Open. Nice pressure by Barron Gut forces a turnover. Barron Gut can't split the D. It's just cleared out by Lincoln. Chipped in by Bouchard. Gears taps dangerously to Seppi, covers up. It was almost disastrous for CSUN. 7:03 remaining in the opening period. Shots on goal 13-6 now favor Williston State. The Tetons, a bit of an upset last year in the regional final to Denver. But Denver was a very strong club. Regionals last year was in Ogden. Williston State once again trying to get back to regionals and perhaps make it the nationals. CSUN can't clear off of the face-off. They were hoping for Hoover up ice. Bulls protects the puck, dishes to Velasquez. It's taken away. Nadarsik. This is pocket pick by Velasquez, but he overskates. Weber, an area pass hoping for Lance Furkenide. Weber's shot deflected over the nets. Velasquez to Zumalas, who clears out. Nice pirouette by Teton Sorenkin. The Bulls with plenty of room. Turned over to Ballard. He's onside. Ballard. Nice back check by Velasquez. Marbach to neutral ice. Sorenkin cross rink. Shot by Johnson, blocked by Bulls. Bulls a quick up. Knocked down with a high stick. Touched first though by Hoover, so play continues. Hoover was trying to cut in there. Get a scoring chance on Gross-Kloss. Ballard. Drop pass, and it works out to Ajay. Ajay, pocket picked by Marbach. Held on by King. Centering pass tonight by Dobricott. Ramirez. When a big bump by Ballard. It's cleared out though by Zumalos. CSUN needs a change. 5:35 to go in the opening period. Garrett flushed out by Ramirez. Garrett plays wide of the cage, and Seppi covers up. So these boards here in Provo, definitely not as lively as the ones in Ogden. These boards in Ogden were kind of spring-loaded. Of course, this is the home rink of BYU. They made regionals last year. Great to see BYU getting back into the regional picture. We actually subbed for, I forget who it was, but the number 12 seed actually was North Texas. They won the Texas Conference, but they couldn't go to regionals as the number 12 seed, so BYU subbed for them. Chipped wide by Bouchard. Lauren clears out. So BYU, just a short drive, about a half hour. Make it, it's been an hour actually to Ogden. Play regionals. Trying to get back there. Lincoln for Williston State goes wide on Dobricott. Pad save Seppi, swallows up the loose puck. Again, GCU, Mary, and UNC, the three teams that are 2-0. It's Grand Canyon. They beat Utah Valley here 2 days ago, 6-0. And they beat this Williston State team yesterday by a 6-3 score. Mary, they beat BYU here on day one, 4-2. Northern Colorado, they beat Michigan State on day one, 3-2. Won yesterday against NAU, 6-3. UNC, always a strong club. They made nationals last year as well. Doing well here at the Beehive Showcase. Outdoors going to will the puck out, and they do. Parks chips in. Back for it, Serenkin. Serenkin hounded on the back check by Howell. He eludes him and Parks. Serenkin, though, can't get around Bushton. Howell the other way. Outside bid, easy save, Grosscloss. At least it's an offensive zone face-off for CSUN. 4:14 to go in the opening period. Change in line for both sides. Cal State Northridge has had a hockey program since 1971. They're the two-time defending champs of their conference, the West Coast Hockey Conference, trying to three-peat this year. Backhand bid by Berengut, denied by Garrett. Berengut, a strong forecheck, yields a turnover. Rourke to Berengut. Gears a shot, but the net's dislodged. CSUN, a great opportunity there. A rebound bid to Gears. Wouldn't have counted anyway because the net was dislodged. If you're unfamiliar, Northridge is in the Los Angeles area, in the San Fernando Valley. CSUN was a Division III team. Made nationals 2 out of 3 years, and after making nationals in 2012 in the D3 level, they moved up to Division II. Made regionals in Division II for the first time in 2017. Lost in the opening round to Metro State in their home rink in Promenade, Colorado. Stick goes flying out of Lincoln's. Or actually, that was Lansford. Meanwhile, Barron got the other way. To the trailer, Marbach. Shoots, and it's gloved off by Grosscloss. What a save by Jimmy Grosscloss. And his goals against is not very good this season, 13.77, but he hasn't played a whole lot. Grosscloss has only played 61 minutes so far this entire season. He is playing very well in the opening 20 minutes for Williston State. Hoover, checked by Grushka, dug free by Velasquez, turns it over to Bouchard. Bouchard off of Lincoln, Seppi out to play it. He's got to be careful, just leaves it there. Gloved ahead, but touched first by Velasquez, play continues. Velasquez, King trying to hack it outside the zone, it's held by Zumalos. Zumalos drops for Hoover, didn't connect, cleared out by Lincoln. Doberkat curls away from Bouchard, needs some help. It's pinned up by Lincoln. Worcester players dig for it. 2:40 to go in the opening period. Knocked down by King legally. Make it Velasquez plays further, no icing. Centering pass denied by King. Nobody was in front anyway. Picked up by Johnson. Johnson gets around Carnes, shouldered then by Ramirez. Ramirez the other way. Ramirez, good stick by Nadarsic. Zumalos in front, denied by Johnson. A weak clearing attempt held by Lauren. Garrett pinned up by Ramirez. Able to get it to Johnson. Johnson just flips ahead, glove down by Carnes. Call back, leaves for Carnes. In front, behind Ramirez. Lauren, shouldered by Nadarsic. Kept alive by Callback. Callback, transferred from Cal Lutheran. And he also played NCAA Division III hockey. Before coming back home to play for Cal Lutheran. Callback, shot blocks. Callback leaves for Ramirez. Ramirez defended well by Johnson. Lauren cycles for Ramirez. Out front, Callback, and he's robbed by Grossgloss. Well, the net's dislodged. I believe Grossgloss got his glove on it. What a save there by Jimmy Grossgloss. Either that or it hit the post, but from my angle, looked like he did make the glove save. 1:24 to go in the first. CSUN a nice surge there from their top line. Johnson takes the draw against Reznikov. Johnson kicked out. Reznikov wins the draw, but Parks couldn't shoot. Lansford shoots it at a play. 1:17 to go in the opening frame. Face-off going to be in the center circle. Well played opening period for both sides. CSUN the initial surge. Williston State had several shifts in a row, hemming in the Matadors. And they hit pay dirt. 2 goals, 30 seconds apart, but then CSUN the last couple of shifts has really hemmed in the Tetons. Reznikov around for Marbach. Goes through Parks. Williston State was offside. Bulls around for Marbach. Howell. Clears out. Punched further by King. Williston State once again has to touch up. Bulls all the way down wide of the cage. That's icing. Not the best play there by Levi Bulls. He's in his 5th and final year with CSUN. On offensive zone face-off for the Tetons with 41 seconds to go in the period. Auger is going to take it against Reznikov. A big face-off here. It's a stalemate. Picked up by Weber. Weber off of Seppi. Marbach plays it back to his goalkeeper. Vincent Seppi actually played in this rink and won a state championship here. So he played for a year or two in this state before moving on to play for the Milwaukee Junior Admirals in the Tier 1 Elite League. Face-off again controlled by Williston. Half a minute to go. Good defense by Rourke. And he clears out. Well, CSUN survives. Pass goes through Weber. Gears gives up the puck. Auger to Weber. Stood up by Doberkat. CSUN is onside. Gears shoots and it's blocked. So Mikko Sarenkin, the Helsinki native, a freshman at Williston State, a key block there on Nick Gears, who has the CSUN goal. Williston State up 1 as we head to intermission. Austin Weber opened the scoring. freshman from Alabama, his 6th goal of the season at even strength. 30 seconds later at 10:59. It was Luka Nadarsic, the Slovenian native, a sophomore at Williston, got his 5th goal of the year. And then 2 minutes after the initial goal by Weber, Nick Gears, the UNLV transfer from Santa Barbara, picked up his 5th goal of the season on the power play to make it 2-1. CSUN 1 for 1 with a man advantage. That was the only penalty. So Williston State yet to get a power play. Shots on goal, 14-8. Favor the Tetons. We'll be back for the 2nd period here on the Williston State YouTube channel. Welcome back to Seven Peaks Arena in Provo, Utah. I'm Travis Van Noten. Started the second period. Number 7, Williston State 2. Number 12, Cal State Northridge 1. Once again, I'd like to thank Williston State for having me on this afternoon. I'm the CSUN broadcaster. Normally, we just do a radio broadcast on the road. Thank you once again to Williston State. Hope you're enjoying this one. It's been a good one. Shots on goal through the first, 14-8 favors Williston. We have goals from Austin Weather, from Miko Sarenkin, and Lee Ajay. The second goal came from Luka Menarsic, assisted by Will Lansford and Dalton Johnson. Nick Gear struck back for CSUN on the power play, assisted by Matt Hoover. CSUN 1 for 1 on the power play. And Williston State has yet to get a power play, just one minor overall in this hockey game. Johnson's shots blocked. Carnes trying to track it down. Carnes shot blocked by Johnson. Well, the goaltenders have been playing well. Vincent Seppi and Jimmy Grosskloss. He's back checked by Cameron Rohr. Goals back forward for CSUN. The Matadors trying to move to 2-1 at the Beehive Showcase, as is Williston State. CSUN beat Colorado State on day 1, 9-2. Lost yesterday to Mary 2-1. Meanwhile, Williston State beat Weber State 5-4. Lost to Grand Canyon yesterday. What a save by Seppi. And Williston State lost to Grand Canyon yesterday 6-4. A fast start to this middle frame. The Seven Peaks Arena in Provo. Williston State goes to work on the cycle. Lincoln all the way back up top. It's gloved down by Velasquez. Quick pass to no one. The other way, Rushka, the captain for Williston State. Rushka all the way around. Hammered by Zumalos. Grayson Zumalos, the Camden, Maine native. Played for the Vancouver Rangers in the WSHL before coming to CSUN. What a hit there. The drive is stopped by Seppi. 1 minute, 45 seconds into the second period. Again, Grand Canyon, Mary, and Northern Colorado, the 3 teams out of 14 that are 2-0 so far. There are 3 teams that are 0-2, Arizona State, Utah State, surprisingly, and Utah Valley, not as surprising. BYU and Utah Valley call this rink their home ice. Everybody else, for the other 8 teams, are all 1-1. These 2 teams are 2 of them. Shot stopped by Seppi, covers it up. Williston State doing much better on the faceoffs than CSUN is in this hockey game, leading to a couple of shots here in the past couple of seconds. Faceoff win this time by callback, but Williston State picks up the puck. Ramirez played baseball at USC, actually was a professional baseball player for the Salem Kaiser Volcanoes in Low A before coming to CSUN for graduate school. He's just a great athlete. Andre Ramirez, the leading scorer as CSUN is offside. Andre Ramirez, number 4 out there for CSUN. 2-sport athlete, basically. Ramirez coming into today. Team high 10 goals, 14 points for 14 assists rather for 24 points in 10 games. Shot into the CSUN bench. Leading scorer, goal scorer that is, Dalton Johnson for Williston State. Rushka, their captain, team high 13 assists, 19 points. And Mezek as well, team high 7 goals. I've not really mentioned Mezek too much today so far. Nadarsic, backhand bid stopped by Seppi this time. That's how he scored on Seppi in the first period. A great individual effort. Great hockey player from Slovenia, Luka Nadarsic. Checked down by Reznikov, still has the puck. Sends it back to Sarenkin. Pass disrupted. Cycled by Freeman. Williston State calling for a penalty. I think CSUN got away with one there again. Come the other way. Howell chips in. Howell, a backhand bid through the crease and wide. Parks across for Bushton. Bushton couldn't shoot, now he does. Deflects wide. Up and down we continue to go here in Provo. 2-on-4. Good stick by Dobrika. Garushka tried to cut in. Led him by Serenkin. Deflects. Thrown out by Dobrika. Garrett. Closed in on by Berengut. Bushton stretches to Gears. Gears. Cross to Berengut. Stopped by Grossgloss. Really been impressed with Jimmy Grossgloss. Just throw his numbers out the window. Very solid goaltender from Colorado Springs. And Williston State, a junior college in North Dakota. So for John Vokas, the job that much more difficult to find talent is they're only there for 2 years. Then they move on. So Williston State clears out. Wide of the net, that's icing. An offensive zone face-off for CSUN. Williston State, an independent team in ACHA Division II. Matadors in the West Coast Hockey Conference since 2014. Draws one. Actually, it was Deaton Holm that won the face-off. Lincoln with the puck. Lincoln all the way around. Cycles, and that is Grushka, actually, beg your pardon. Grushka being pounded by Levi Bowles. Berengut helps him out, but Williston State holds in. Play whistle down. It's going to be matching minors here. Grushka heading off for Williston State. Levi Bowles heading off for CSUN. So Grushka gets hooking, and Bowles gets holding the stick. Time of the penalties, 15:48. It's the second and third minors of the game. It's going to be 4-on-4 for the first time today as well. Their team's pretty speedy. Turned over. Ajay couldn't shoot. Nice shot by Zuma, lost to lift his stick. Shot from the line, held by Seppi. Okon the bid. Okon, sophomore from Hayden, Idaho. Not too far away. Matadors play their final game tomorrow in Logan, Northern Utah, on campus of Utah State. Williston State will play Michigan State tomorrow in Ogden. Michigan State, a former powerhouse in Division II. They've kind of dipped down a little bit in the Central region. The only non-West region team here this week, Michigan State. Last time they won nationals was 2013, I believe, in St. Louis. Picked off by Bushton. And on the Olympic sheets here in Utah, plenty of space, 4-on-4. Grossgloss up the wing. Marbach can't hold it. Hoover reverses for Marbach. It's picked up by Okon. Okon chips in. And Seppi has to cover up. 1:04 to go, 4-on-4 plays. Grushka and Bowles both sit. Williston State, 16 skaters today. CSUN the full complement, 22. Lauren against Weber on the draw. Weber wins it. Puck comes outside the zone. Back in quickly to Darcy. Angled off by Carnes. Lauren steps in the open lane, leaves for Carnes. Lauren. 2-on-3 for CSUN. Lauren all the way across. In front for Ramirez. Carnes trying to hold in. It's tapped ahead. Johnson fakes the shot. Stood up by Carnes.
Overcat couldn't clear. Lauren Lyon down to block that centering pass from Mezek. And the plays whistle down.
There's Matt Mezek, the sophomore from Danville, New Jersey. Team high 7 goals coming into today, along with Johnson, sophomore from Cloquet, Minnesota. 19 seconds to go, 4-on-4 play. Williston State's had the better of it.
Rourke wins the draw against Freeman. Pushed into Rourke. Barron got streaking, gets the puck, plays it on the goal. Gross class covers up. Just 9 seconds to go, 4-on-4 play. CSUN has basically been the top team in California the last couple of seasons. San Diego State is always strong down there in San Diego. CSUN really has been the top team in California, with San Jose State also taking a dip. Shot by Gears, block, a rebound, Rourke scores!
Play, Cameron Rourke, a wide open net. The game's tied at 2 at 13:50. Cameron Rourke, the Bonsall native in northern San Diego, picks up his second goal of the week and his 6th on the season. 4-on-4 for just 3 more seconds. Williston State the first 2 goals, CSUN the last 2 goals. There's no PA announcement, so we'll check on the assists during the intermission. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. CSUN scored 2 4-on-4 goals against Colorado State 2 days ago. They've really done well as Gears puts his weight. That Teton puck shot out of play. CSUN's really done well 4-on-4 this week, scoring now 3 goals while 4-on-4. First Weber, followed by Nadarsik. Gears on the power play here in the second. Rourke. Tie the game at 2. Puck 1 to Gears. Clears out. Barron got trying to beat Oaken, and he does. No icing. Bouchard deflects to Grushka. Checked down by Zumalos. There's an injured Teton. Plays whistle down. CSUN coming out a little bit more physical than in the first period. And Williston State only 16 skaters. They can ill afford any injuries. The assistant coach for the Tetons coming up to check on that injured player. Shots on goal in the moment, 19-12 favor Williston. To be open. He's injured. This is the marquee showcase in the West region every year. The Beehive Showcase has gone on for years. This is the first time CSUN's been invited. Williston State, they've been here before. So unfortunately, it does not look too good. Teton defender has to be helped off of the ice, and it is Oaken. Hopefully Peyton Oaken will be all right. Can't really put any weight on that left skate. Off outside Williston State's zone. 13:10 to go in the second. Draws one by
Ajay. Geared behind the net for Johnson. Johnson stretches to Ajay. The dish off. Shot on the side of the cage.
What a great individual effort there.
Teton survives. Zumalas just turns the puck over. Could have skated up the wing there. Grayson Zumalas elected to slow down and pass it. Teton survives. Carnes wide of the cage. Hoover drops it, but right to Weber. Weber finds Ajay. And they're offside. Johnson just couldn't hold up. .24 to go in the middle frame. Both teams trying to move to 2-1 here this week. Teton ranked 12th. They were ranked 6th last week. Dropped 6 spots. They had a game against USC that was canceled due to the local fires in Southern California. That's how quickly you can drop, though, from 6th to 12. Meanwhile, Williston State, they were 10th. They're tied for 7th right now in the ranking, along with Montana State and Eastern Washington. So lots of teams are very close to one another right now. It's a tightly packed bunch in the West region, so every win counts. A stretch pass blocked by Marbach. So Williston's trying to get into the top 5 at least, perhaps. Teton trying to move back into the top 10. Freeman checked down by callback. And Lauren skates the other way. Lauren shoots over the net. Ramirez in front, deflects right to Lauren, stopped by Grossgloss, rebound, callback, and he scores! Once again, a broken play out front, and Sean Callback slides it home. The Cal Lutheran transfer, also an NCAA Division III product, scores, and Teton's got the lead. 3 unanswered by the Matadors. It's Callback's 6th goal of the season. Williston State trying to answer quickly. Bouchard down low. Grushka, the centering pass is blocked by Carnes. Touched up. Looks to be on Williston State. We might have matching liners once again. Williston State touched up the puck. Oh, it is on Grushka. That appears to be the only penalty. Grushka off at 11:18. It's a roughing call. Teton their second power play, 1 for 1. It's Grushka's second penalty of the game. We had the matching minors with the goals earlier in this period. What a chance for Teton with their second man advantage to take a 2-goal lead. Ramirez up top to Rourke. Callbacks on the far side. Ramirez just wide. On that shot. Callback. Dishes off Baron Guts. Ramirez. Rourke. One-timer. Ramirez again just missed. Half a minute gone by on the power play. Rourke shoots. It's blocked outside the zone. What a job by Matt Mezek, and he is shaken up. Gets to the bench. That's 2 Tetons that have been shaken up in this middle frame. Lauren all the way around. Lauren, good stick. What a job by Bouchard, actually, to get his stick in the lane. Bouchard checked by Rourke off the puck, picked up by Lauren. 1 minute to go on the power play. Change in line for Williston State. Rourke to Gears, who has the power play goal. Shovels it on around. Ramirez. Season once again set up, pass in the skates of Hoover. He hauls down that Teton. That's going to be a penalty. You can classify that as a good penalty for the Matadors. That would have been a breakaway for Williston State. So that does it for the remainder of this power play. 31 seconds, 4-on-4. The second time this afternoon. Then Williston's going to get their first power play. Time of the call, 9:49. Great penalty kill by Williston State. Stayed very disciplined in their box. All the shots came from the outside. Season couldn't hit the nets. Dobrika to Parks. Powell up the ice. Parks overskates a bit. Sharp angle bid stopped by Gross-Kloss. 10 seconds to go, 4-on-4 play. Shot goes wide. Penalty upcoming to Season. That's an elbowing call as Weber was hit up high. Levi Bulls can't believe it. But he'll head off. 3 seconds of a 4-on-3. Then it's going to be a 5-on-3 for Williston for 1:30. A huge chance for the Tetons here. It's a huge face-off. Baron Guts against Bouchard. It's held in by Garrett. Grushka out of the box. Now a 5-on-3. Garrett to the far side. Johnson. Garrett. Grushka. Johnson. Back to Grushka. Garrett in his skates has to chase. Grushka. Johnson scores! Dalton Johnson blasted past Seppi, and a 5-on-3 goal reties the game. That's Johnson's team leading 8th goal and his team leading 4th power play goal as well. So for Dalton Johnson, the sophomore from Cloquet, Minnesota, half his goals this year have come on the power play. Williston State 1 for 1. The remainder of their second power play here, 1:30 to go on it. Game time for the second time this afternoon. Cleared out. Lauren's got it. Lauren can't get around Johnson. 4-on-3 for Williston. Dropped Mezek. It's got by Dobrika. Then a shot by Freeman high and wide. Seppi had no clue where the puck was either, so if that's near the top corner, that's in the net for the Tetons. Looks back up top, Johnson. He's the big shooter on the power play. Garrett down low. Weber's got it. Weber shoots, Walker saves Seppi. Mezek trying to track it down. Rough ride by Collins. Half a minute to go on the 5-on-4. That's fumbled out by Johnson. A break for the Matadors. Game's been tied twice. There's been a 1 lead change. Again, an evenly matched affair. Grushka is there. Season just clears out off of Dobrika. Zumala, sharp angle, bid stopped by Gross-Kloss. Levi Bulls about to come out of the box. And he steps on the ice. So Williston State and Season both 1 for 2 on the power play. Bulls disrupts Grushka 2-on-1. Rorik. Area pass for Zumalas. Kept out by Gross-Kloss. Zumalas is chugging along there, trying to get to the front of the net first. Great back check by Williston State. Bouchard the other way. Taken away by Bushton. Dug free. Sarenkin drops it. Shot by Weber. Fought off by Seppi out of play. Vincent Seppi aggressively out beyond the crease. Robs Austin Weber that time. Season has played 2 extremely close games the last couple of days. 2-1 loss yesterday to the #1 team in the region, University of Mary, proving that they can play with the top 10 teams in this region. Tied at 3 with #7, Williston State. Reznikov clears it ahead for Parks. Johnson steps in, love down by Howell. Howell tries to find Reznikov, disrupted. Look at defensive play by Nadarsik. Weber to the trailer. Ballard can't get around the D. Howell, a dangerous pass. And Marbach's clear, blocked. Comedy of errors there for CSUN. Williston State still with it. Ballard centering pass blocked by Marbach. It's held in by Nadarsik. Swings it over the net. Weber down low. Ajay. It's checked by Reznikov. It's a hand pass on Williston. Nadarsik and Weber, the 2 best forwards for Williston State this afternoon. A lot of speed and a lot of skill for this Williston State club. Face-off outside the zone. 5:49 to go in the second. Shots on goal 22-16 favor Williston to win this period. 8 for the Tetons and 8 as well for the Matadors. Shots on goal, the middle frame are even at 8. Pass doesn't connect and Williston has to chase. Garrett stabs to King. Barron got the lone forechecker. Garrett stretches it off of Lansford. Picked up by Dobercott. Dobercott to Barron-Gut. Cross ice. Oh boy. Went through Freeman. 2-on-2 for CSUN. Rorick in front for Gears. Stopped by Grossgloss. And the net's dislodged. Another huge save by Jimmy Grossgloss. This has been a fun hockey game. 2 evenly matched teams going at it. First ever meeting between CSUN and Williston State, and hopefully these 2 teams will play again soon. Maybe at regionals, who knows, if both teams make it. Regionals are being hosted by Arizona State this season in Tempe, Oceanside Arena. 7 to 8 hour drive for the Matadors from Los Angeles. Velasquez with the puck. One hands it off the side of the cage. 4.5 to go in the middle frame. Bushton's shot wide of the nets. CSUN's got to escape the neutral ice. Carnes back in. Johnson the other way. Johnson shoots and scores! What a shot by Dalton Johnson. Williston State's got the lead back at 4:21. Johnson allows 2 goals in this game. His team leading 9th there. Williston's had 2 great individual efforts for goals. Back in the first, Nadarsik, and then Johnson there. Well, the game's been tied twice. There's now been 2 lead changes. It's a big 4:20 to go in the second for CSUN. Bulls turns it over. Call back there. Call back. Pounded on the back check by Lincoln. Marbach takes. Back up top, Bulls. Couldn't hold his own. Stretched quickly, Lincoln. Ramirez trying to catch him. He does and checks him down. Picked up by Bulls. To Lauren. 3-on-3 at the moment. Lauren trying to go wide. gets around Serenkin. Second chance, then Serenkin checks down Lauren. Johnson feeds middle of the ice. Ballard drops it, Weber. Weber's shot held by Seppi.
Easy save that time for Vincent Seppi.
3:20 to go in the second. 2-1 Williston coming in. CSUN scored 3 straight goals to lead 3-2. The last 2 goals scored by Dalton Johnson, their leading goal scorer. Give the Tetons the lead back. Resnikov wins the draw. Carnes up the wing out of the reach of Howell. Shot deflects wide of the cage. Clark's trying to clear out. He does. 2-on-2. Howell shoots wide. The other way. Sidestepping a hit, Auger. Sharp angle bid stopped by Seppi. It's cleared out. It actually goes for icing against the Matadors. 2:49 to go in the second. Another offensive zone face-off for the Tetons.
We are in for one heck of a third period.
Not seen Oken play since he was injured earlier in this period. There's a Teton with his helmet off, and it does look like it is Oken on the bench. So really, Williston's down to 15 skaters. That's wide of the cage, another icing call. 2:42 to go. CSUN's only game here in Provo. They finish off the tournament tomorrow in Logan. Williston State heads back to Ogden tomorrow to face off against Michigan State. It should be a good one against the Spartans. Face-off's won this time by Williston. Shot by Johnson, deflected over the net, out of play. Face-off outside the zone. Well, the refs are disagreeing. The low ref says it should be outside. The high ref says it should be inside. The face-off is going to stay inside the zone. I do believe that is the correct call. Rourke once again against Mezek. Mezek kicked out. Now it's Rourke against Lansford. Gears held him by Johnson down the wing.
Arbach shoots it out of play.
Another
Offensive zone face-off for Williston State. CSUN can't change as well this time. 2:25 to go. Shots on goal 24-17 favor Williston.
That was won by Auger. Shot never got to Seppi. Rourke again shoots it out of play.
Really slowing here later on in the seconds. CSUN has rolled all 4 of their lines all day, as well as all 6 deep. Theoretically, they should be the
Fresher team come the third period, but we'll see. Shot stopped by Seppi, cleared out by Bushton. Johnson fumbles it, Gears the other way. Gears a chance. In front for Barron, and he scores! Johnson couldn't hold the zone. Gears able to find Barangutty. Chips it past Grossplas.
And at 2:05, we're tied for the 3rd time today.
Eli Barangut, the senior, has been the leading scorer for CSUN the last 3 years.
Picks up his 6th goal of the season there. That is a huge one for the Matadors. 3 ties and 2 lead changes. Gears a multi-point game with his goal and assist.
is 2:03. Is even bigger for both sides.
Job by CSUN to respond after Johnson gave Williston State the lead again.
Lincoln a backhand bid, stopped by Seppi. 1:52 remaining in the middle frame. We're on the main rink of Seven Peaks Arena, built for the '02 Salt Lake Olympics. A gorgeous facility. Right through that, CSUN played here 3 years ago this week against BYU. Played them twice, lost in overtime, then beat the Cougars. CSUN back in Utah for the first time in 3 years exactly. Faceoff's going to be outside the zone.
Well, for Williston, they played here in Utah at the Beehive Showcase last year.
All the top teams in the West
invited. This is the first California team that's been invited to the Beehive in several years. It used to be San Jose State every year because they were by far the best California team. CSUN has taken over that mantle. Rose-Class having trouble with it, but able to clear it out. Callback just put it on from the red line. Callback's deflection is blocked. Callback to Carnes, further Ramirez. Ramirez in front, goes through Lauren. Johnson settles things down. It's certainly a big week for California hockey. They get a team at the Beehive this year, trying to represent the state well. Coming up on the 1 minute mark of the second. Ramirez is slashed a bit, it looked like, and that shakes him up. Maybe just took that stick in a
tender area. The chest protector does not protect. No penalty on the play. Again, just looked like an inadvertent stick. Faceoff's going to come outside the zone. 58 seconds left. Ball's won by Rourke. Marbach plays in. Nadarczyk right back out. Weber. Weber fires, stopped by Seppi. Seppi way out. He obviously knew. The only option for Weber that time was to put it on goal. 48 seconds left. Another key face-off in CSUN's defensive zone. Rourke against Auger. Auger wins it. Nadarczyk's shot deflects way up into the rafters.
Face-off again stays down low.
Defensive change for CSUN. Once again, it's going to be Rourke and Auger. Auger wins cleanly. Nadarczyk. One-timer is blocked by Carnes. Another shot. Swallowed up by Seppi. Well, a precarious moment there for CSUN.
Vincent Seppi able to locate.
32 seconds left. Remember earlier in this period, Williston State had several offensive zone faceoffs led to a goal, but Berengut picks this one off. Berengut all the way in deep. He's trying to find Gears, it never materialized. It's a golden opportunity missed by the Matadors. Carnes, an area pass for Gears, 10 seconds left. He's onside. Shoots wide. Gears got a lot on that. Gears again, a shot blocked by Johnson. Make it Weber. That's how the period ends. A missed opportunity for CSUN.
Eli Berengut was waiting for the pass to materialize. It never did, and he never took a shot. Well, it was 2-1 Williston coming into this period. Cameron Rourke scored 4-on-4 to tie the game at 2. And Sean Callback scored at even strength to give CSUN their lead at 3-2. Back-to-back goals by Johnston, 5-on-3, then at even strength. Gave Williston a 4-3 lead.
But then Eli Barron-Guts on a pass from Gears ties the game at 4. Shots on goal, 27-19 favors Williston. So CSUN had 11 shots in the second and Williston had 13. And both teams also are 1 for 2 on the power play. Don't go anywhere. A great third period on tap. 4-4 between number 12 CSUN and number 7 Williston State on the Tetons YouTube channel. Welcome back to Seven Peaks Arena in Provo, Utah. I'm Travis Van Nody. We have a great third period on tap. Number 7, Williston State 4. Number 12, Cal State Northridge 4. In the first period, Williston State scored the first 2 goals from Austin Weber and then Luka Nadarsik. CSUN answered back on a power play goal by Nick Gears to make it 2-1 at the end of 1. In the second period, CSUN scored the first 2 goals. They got a 4-on-4 goal from Cameron Rourke. Then Sean Callback at even strength made it 3-2 CSUN. And then 2 straight goals by Dalton Johnson, leading goal scorer for Williston State. 5-on-3, then at even strength made it 4-3 Williston. With 2:05 to go in the second period, Nick Gears found Eli Berenguts in the slot to tie the game at 4. Both teams are 1 for 2 on the power play. Shots on goal 27-19 in favor of Williston State. A huge chance for CSUN to be the top 17 at the moment, trying to move up in the rankings. Williston State trying to move up as well and avoid the upset here this afternoon in Provo. Rourke wins the opening face-off to the third. Remember, Williston State had 2 players shaken up in the second period, so they may have only 14 or 15 skaters. Puck shot out of play by Bulls. Face-off stays inside the zone. Williston State had 16 skaters coming into this game, and we haven't seen Peyton Oken since he was hurt in the second period. And Mezek is out there, so Mezek is fine. He blocked a shot in the second, so Williston State does have 15 skaters at the moment. As again, we believe Oken is still injured. Shot goes wide. The CSUN failed to clear. Williston State took advantage of CSUN's inability to clear pucks in the middle frame. Mezek shoots over top. Nadarsik. Good stick by Rourke. Johnson up the wing, glove down by Berengut. He's onside. Nope, he's offside. Rourke was just still a step inside the zone. A huge break for Williston. Hopefully this is the first of many games to come between CSUN and Williston State. It's been evenly matched here this afternoon. Zumalos takes the draw against Grushka. Grushka wins it. Williston State's been the better face-off team. They won several face-offs in a row in CSUN's defensive zone in the second period. One led to a goal. Velasquez tripped up. CSUN to the power play. So the stick actually got lodged in the skate blade of Jaime Velasquez. A big chance for CSUN, just 53 seconds into the third period. Guilty party, Hank Bouchard. The CSUN's third power play. They're 1 for 2. Matadors start their top unit. Callback takes the draw, and he wins it. Berengut to Ramirez, taps Rourke. Ramirez, one-timer, stopped by Grossgloss. He's been so solid today in between the pipes for Williston. Jimmy Grossgloss, only 61 minutes played this entire season coming into today. Rourke, Ramirez cocked and ready, heals his shots. Ramirez had 2 shots on a power play in the second period that both went wide. Matadors leading goal scorer Andre Ramirez gives up the puck. The shot stopped by Seppi. Rourke then is tripped up. No penalty this time. But Williston got away with one there. Lauren. So there's 1:15 to go on the power play. Curls away. Sends the call back. Ramirez. Rourke. Ramirez again ready. The pass, the shot, stopped by Grossgloss. Rebound is cleared out by Lansford. Ramirez on around, 50 seconds to go on the power play. CSUN making a partial change. Callback, chips it off the boards. What a creative play. Ramirez shoots wide. Boy, he's had chances today. Andre Ramirez. Velasquez. Heals his shots. The other way comes Ballard. Ballard A good pass taken over by Zumalos. Zumalos drops it, but right to Johnson. The worst player to drop the puck to Johnson. Shoot, stop by Seppi. But Johnson looking for a hat trick here in the third. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Shottenly Williston bench.
Well, CSUN had good pressure to begin this man advantage, but it's been kind of a comedy of errors
The latter half of this power play.
They had several chances to beat Jimmy Grossgloss.
With 7 seconds to go on the power play.
CSUN's got to be wary of Bouchard coming out of the box. Face-off in Williston State territory.
Reznikov takes the draw against Grushka. Picked up by Parks. Taps back. Bulls back down the wing. Bouchard out of the box. CSUN 1 for 3 on the power play. Parks sends all the way back. Bulls hold. Nope, he didn't hold the zone.
Offside on the Matadors.
A big kill for Williston State.
16:57 to go in the third.
It's 2-1 Williston after one. It's been kind of a game of runs. 2 straight by Williston, 3 straight by CSUN, 2 straight by Williston.
And Eli Barron got the last goal score in this game for the Matadors.
King turns it over to Howell. Howell shot blocked by King. Parks then stopped by Grossgloss. Parks takes the puck back. Another shot stopped by Grossgloss. And they score! Christian Parks!
The third lead change of this game. CSUN back on top at 16:39.
Christian Parks, the true freshman from Porter Ranch. He gets his 8th goal of the season there.
So Williston has led twice, and now CSUN has led twice. Unreal hockey game here at Seven Peaks Arena. And the game of runs continues.
2 by Williston, 3 by CSUN, 2 by Williston, 2 by CSUN. Grossgloss keeps it out, cleared out by the Tetons. Barron got the forward back, closed in on by Lansford. Carnes to Rourke, and he clears out. Pierce can't get around Garrett. Punched back in by Rourke. CSUN's onside. They head off on a change. Johnson to Grushka. Grushka from Bell River, Ontario. Gets around Carnes, then angled off by Velasquez. Velasquez able to just... No, the puck was not clear. Now it's whistled down. I guess it was offside.
15:38 to go.
CSUN lost 2-1 yesterday to the #1 team in the region, Marion. Trying to pull off the upset here today. Williston State calling for a hooking penalty, but none forthcoming. Lincoln shoots, blocker saves Seppi. Grushka returns to Lincoln. Able to skate away from Zumalos, picked up by Dobrikov. Zumalos turns it over. Bouchard sends to Grushka. Lincoln back to Grushka. Bouchard over skates. Bulls to Ramirez. Ramirez shoots off the post and in!
Andre Ramirez finally hits pay dirt. And CSUN has their first 2-goal lead at 14:57. So 3 straight goals by the Matadors. Ramirez, his 3rd goal of the week, his team leading 11th there. And again, Williston only with
15 seaters, you just have to wonder in the back of your mind if you're starting to maybe get a little weary. Marbach up the wing, but still plenty of time left in this game. Shot over top by Johnson. 14:35 to go. Ramirez back across Bushton. He's got plenty of space. Bushton all the way in, shoots over top. The other way, Weber. Weber. Shot goes wide by Ballard. And cleared up by Parks. Parks finds Howell. 2-on-2. Howell chips in deep. Rosecloss out to play it. Cut off by Parks. Swing and a miss. Probably should have just stopped that puck instead of trying to one-time it. But at any rate, CSUN breaks up the rush. Parks to Howell. Back to Parks. And now Carnes. Carnes has it stick checked away, held in by Reznikov, and the other way, Lansford. Lansford blocked by Dobrikot. A huge defensive play there by Tom Dobrikot. Penalty upcoming, and it's on CSUN. It's an elbowing call at 13:28. Williston to the power play. DJ Howell heads off, true freshman from San Jose. Played for the Islanders Hockey Club in the USPHL. A great chance for Williston State, their third power play, 1 for 2. Shots on goal 28-25 favor Williston, but CSUN scored the last 3 goals of this game to take their first 2-goal lead. Grushka takes the draw against Rorick. Stalemate draw, punch back to Garrett. One-timer Johnson, and it was blocked. Of course, Williston's gonna look for Johnson. Grushka to Johnson. Back to Grushka. One-timer Garrett, scores! What a blast by Kenny Garrett. A power play goal gets Williston within 1 at 13:10. For Garrett, just his second goal of the season, and both of his goals have come on the power play. Freshman from Buchanan, New York. Williston 2 for 3 on the man advantage. Alex Marbach is now in the box, and he's going to get a misconduct. Well, that is a horrible penalty for Alex Marbach to take. And didn't pick up the call. Sportsmanlike? I think it was unsportsmanlike. At any rate, that's a horrible penalty for Alex Marbach to take. Alec Wilson is going to serve the penalty. So probably a 2 and a 10 for Alex Marbach at 13:10. Williston State right back on the power play. Now Williston trying to tie it all of a sudden. Pass doesn't connect. Dobrikot giving a big bump. Carnes up the wing. Goes through Johnson. Ramirez trying to track it down. Has Lauren as well. Ramirez, very patient with the puck. Makes the prudent play all the way back to Bushton. Andre Ramirez, the graduate student from USC where he played baseball. Transferred to CSUN. A great defensive play there to waste more time on this Williston power play. Bulls disrupts that pass from Grushka. 1:14 to go on the power play. Williston once again set up. Johnson. Garrett, who just got the power play goal. Grushka in his skates. Bouchard. Back to Johnson. They switch spots with Garrett. Hershka. Shoots, and it's blocked by Bowles. Ramirez trying to clear. He can't. But Johnson does it for him. Single player change for CSUN. Johnson back in 40 seconds to go on the power play. Johnson back up top. A shot over the cage. Lauren's got to get it clear here, and he does. First on the puck, Hoover. He's checked up by Weber. Hoover wasting more time. There's 15 seconds to go on the power play. Weber. Out of the reach of Landsberg. That's icing. A huge mistake by the Tetons. That'll just about do it for the power play. 8 seconds to go on Marbach's minor. Again, he was given a misconduct as well. Alec Wilson going to be out of the box. Maybe he's just serving the misconduct. Well, he has to serve the minor because he has to come back out on the ice. Wilson's going to be out in 8 seconds. He's up and out. A huge kill for the Matadors. Williston State 2 for 4 on the power play. 11 minutes to go in regulation. Ramirez fresh off the bench to Berengut. Berengut goes wide on King. All the way in deep. Berengut down low. Dobrikot turns it over to King. Gets around Ramirez. Nadarsik up the ice. Freeman. But Rorick's there in good defensive position. Rorick to Berengut. No icing. It was initially ruled icing, but then it was waved off. Freeman. All the way across. Shoots over the net. 50-50 puck done by Garrett. Shot blocked. And fired wide. Look for Ajay. Johnson waits for the lane to develop. And the puck does come out, brought in offside. A cross check by Garrett. That's going to be a penalty. So an undisciplined penalty by Kenny Garrett. CSUN to the power play at 10:01. Slashing the official call. The Matadors' 4th power play now. They're 1 for 3. Trying to get the 2-goal lead back. Unreal hockey game this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying it from wherever you're watching. In North Dakota, obviously. Or in Southern California or elsewhere. 3 ties and 3 lead changes in this one. And again, thanks so much for Williston State for having me on today. Ramirez to Rorik. Berengut. Shoots, it deflects, out of play. A couple of the CSUN faithful thought that puck went in. The faceoff should stay inside the zone. 11 seconds gone by on the power play. Call back once again to take the draw. And he wins cleanly, Rorik. Berengut. Ramirez deflects it off a callback. Sean Callback out front. The Matadors will take it. A power play goal at 9:41. They've got the 2-goal lead back. That's Callback's 2nd of the game, 7th on the year. And that's his first career power play goal as a Matador. Remember, he transferred from Cal Lutheran, also played for Augsburg and the NCAA Division III in Minnesota. So both teams now 2 for 4 on the power play. Puck stays in the ring. Seppi leaves for Gears. Gears able to get it to Howell. Howell gains the red line. Gross cross, held in by Dobrikot. Dobrikot shoots wide of the net, actually. Gross cross did not get his blocker hand on it. Played around by Grushka. Under 9 to go. Still plenty of time for Williston State. Gears. Stick checked outside the zone by Johnson. It was brought back in by the Tetons. Mezek off of Dobrikot. It's picked up by Reznikov. Reznikov checks. Penalty upcoming to Williston State. Freeman can't believe it. He is incredulous. Another power play for Season at 8:34. There's a trip officially. So Season right back to the power play. And they're 2 for 4, already up 2. And they put the top unit right back out. Their power play goals have come from Gears and callback. Draws one to Rorik. Baron Guts. Baron Gut switches spots with Rorik, gives him a puck. Baron Gut calls for it. Back to Rorik. Rorik to Baron Gut. Rorik. Nothing materializing yet for the Matadors. Baron Gut shoots wide. Ramirez stopped by Grossgloss. And he covers up the loose puck. Season's got to be careful here. They'll want to even things up for Williston. There wasn't much there. Cooler heads prevailed for both sides. 1:31 to go on the power play. It was 2-1 Williston after 1. It was 4-4 coming into the third. Season scored 2 goals in a row from Parks and Ramirez to make it 6-4. Then Garrett struck back on the power play. Call back then. Deflected it in on a shot by Andre Ramirez on the power play to give Season a 2-goal cushion yet again. Face off outside the zone. Season can really put Williston behind the 8 ball with a power play goal here. Bouchard clears out. Ramirez to Rorik. Back to Ramirez. 2-man forecheck for the Tetons. Baron Gut trying to track it down. Baron Gut pinned up by King. Pass off of Lauren, but gets to Rorik. Season once again set up 1 minute to go on the power play. Baron Gut. Ramirez one-timer. Wide. Baron Gut to Rorik. Baron Gut. Takes it himself, stopped by Grossgloss. So Season obviously overloading the right side. But Williston State again being disciplined. Second unit hops over the boards for the Matadors. But that forced them on the ice for Williston. A job well done. Williston wins the draw. Velasquez picks up the loose puck as that Teton blew a tire. Gears banks to Velasquez. Shoots, pad save, Grossgloss. Zumalos. Gears. He's got the heavy shot at the point. Velasquez chips it wide. Tried to one-time it on as Grossgloss was pushing from left to right. Cleared out by Williston. 15 seconds remaining on the power play. Gears to Velasquez. Shots on goal, 30 apiece at the moment. Williston again clears out. Gears has to wait for Velasquez to get onside. And out of the box, Freeman. The Season 2 for 5 on the power play. Shot blocks. Nadarsik on around. comes to neutral ice and actually back into CSUN territory. 6:20 to go. Williston needs 2 to tie. Parks, one touches Zumalos. Zumalos shoots, stick save, Grossgloss. Out to Mike Carnes. His shot's blocked by Ajay. Parks a bit wide. Zumalos first on it. Trying to get away from King, leaves for Parks. Parks absorbs a hit from Ajay. CSUN trying to hold in the puck. It's forced out by Williston. Chipped in by Ballard, he's upended. Violent collision there. Carnes rubs his man off and picks up the puck. Parks the other way, 2-on-3 at the moment, now more of a 3-on-3. Bulls over skates, and it's cleared out. Weber chips ahead. Landsberg all by himself, turns it over. Bulls out of the reach of Bushton. Freeman's checked down by Howell. 5:10 to go. Seppi covers up. The first ever meeting between these two teams. CSUN trying for the upset. Day one of the Beehive. There were no upsets. Yesterday, though, there were a couple. Technically, Weber State beat Dakota College. Weber State right now tied for 14th. Dakota College 6th. Grand Canyon beat Williston State, as we've mentioned. Those were the 2 upsets yesterday. CSUN and Williston State both trying to move to 2-1 here at the Beehive Showcase. It's on goal, no icing, and Gross-Cross covers up. CSUN beat Colorado State on day 1, 9-2. Lost yesterday to Mary 2-1. Williston State, they beat Weber in Ogden, the game after CSUN's against Colorado State 5-4. Lost yesterday to Grand Canyon 6-3. 5 minutes even to go. Callback tried to win it forward. It was blocked by Grushka. Picked off by Doberkot. He sends it deep. To the goal for CSUN. No turnovers. Get pucks in deep. It's cliche, but that's what's going to win this game for the Matadors. Williston State trying for a push. Bouchard's shot blocked. A couple of players go flying. Picked up by Lincoln. Lincoln back to Johnson. Johnson, the man up top. And the pass is blocked by callback. Clipped ahead, Ramirez. Ramirez deeks, but he couldn't shoot it on Grossgloss. Ramirez plays down low. Remember that one for Williston. Weber taps back. And Serenkin returns to Weber. Weber's shot stopped by Seppi. 4:06 remaining. Shots on goal, 31 apiece. Change in line for both sides. Rourke against Ajay. Ajay wins the draw, but it comes outside the zone. Barrengut trying to cut in on a breakaway. Shoot, stopped by Grossgloss. Remember, Eli Barrengut passed up a shot late in the second. Takes the shot there. Jimmy Grossgloss keeping the Tetons in the game. 3:57 to go. So Williston State needs a goal about every 2 minutes at this point. Same 2 centermen, Rourke and Ajay. The puck comes to King. Tough play for Carnes. He can't hold the zone. King with it. Flips in. Bushton with time. Up the wing to Rourke. Just does come out. Carnes finds Parks. Parks, one-timer. Barrengut over top. Barrengut. Nice little move. Barrengut tries to stuff through the crease and wide. Coming up on the 3:10 mark. Weber puts it through the skates of Carnes. Weber and Bushton meet. Coming in to help Ballard. Taken by Velasquez. Velasquez chips it behind the net. Teton rolling a quick change. And the puck goes out of play. 2:53 remaining. Both teams have their timeout available, by the way. Again, 3 ties in this game. There's been 3 lead changes. Williston got up 2-0. Teton scored 3 straight to make it 3-2. Williston 2 straight to make it 4-3. Teton 2 in a row, make it 3 in a row, made it 6-4. And the 2 teams have traded goals since. Garrett on the power play made it 6-5, but then Callback on the power play made it 7-5. Hoover shoots, deflected wide. Zumalos did get his stick on it, but just went wide. Velasquez, angled by Johnson, still with the puck. Velasquez, checked down by Johnson. Hoover holds the zone initially. Freeman picks it up. Freeman, stick lifted. Rebound bid stopped by Seppi. And the shot's blocked by Bulls off of Lincoln. Matadors clear out. Hoover leaves it for Zumalos. Zumalos shot deflected up and out of play off of Johnson's stick. 2:07 left. So now Williston needs a goal every minute. And the Tetons only working with 15 skaters in this third period. We have not seen Peyton Oken since he was injured back in the second. Call back against Grushka. Call back, wins to Ramirez. Picked up by Grushka. On around for Bouchard. Held him by Carnes initially. Grushka in front for Lincoln, out of his reach. Grushka checked by Dobrikot down to the ice. Dobrikot's had a physical game today for Teton. Callback slows things down and reverses for Ramirez. The Callback's made 2 deft passes in this third period. Remember, 1 off the boards in the neutral zone earlier in the period. King stood up by Ramirez. King then checked down by Callback. And King is getting up slowly. Matadors clear out. Possible 2-on-1. Ramirez leaves for Lauren. Lauren shoots, stopped by Grossgloss. King is up and in the neutral zone. Lauren. Reznikov heads to the net. Lauren gives it to him, stopped by Grossgloss. Another game saver for Jimmy Grossgloss. George Reznikov all alone in front. Just 58 seconds to go. Teton now on top of the shot category, by the way, 35-32. On the cusp of a major victory here today in Provo. Teton trying to move up in the rankings from 12 to at least 10, if not higher, if they can pull off this victory and win tomorrow against Arizona State. Gears back in. We'll keep our eye on Grossgloss. Williston having trouble clearing out. They finally do. Gears steps up on Lansford. It's a war out there right now. Shot over the cage by Serenkin. 30 seconds left. Cleared out by Gears. Parks is going to get there first. No icing. Grossgloss up the wing for Johnson. Quick up. Lansford turns it over to Howell. Lansford checked down by Howell. 10 seconds left. Ajay pressured by Parks. So Cal State Northridge upsets Williston State 7-5. Tensions boil over as the buzzer goes. Well, what a victory today for Cal State Northridge. A statement victory against Williston State College. Vince Seppi needs to be calmed down by Nick Gears. Meanwhile, Garrett Freeman, who had a rough third period, is heading off the ice. Well, number 12, Cal State Northridge 7. Number 7, Williston State 5. So CSUN was tied with Williston State 4-4 coming into the third. They scored 2 goals in a row from Parks and Ramirez to make it 6-4. But then Kenny Garrett struck back on the power play to make it 6-5. Sean Callback deflected in an Andre Ramirez shot also on the power play to make it 7-5. And CSUN hangs on the rest of the way. Final shots on goal, 35-32. Favor CSUN. And power play wise, Matadors 2 for 5. And Williston State 2 for 4. So Williston State now 1-2 at the Beehive Showcase. CSUN is 2-1. Williston State 3-9, 0-3 overall on the year. The Matadors are 9-3, 0-1 overall. I certainly hope these two teams play again soon. It was a great game this afternoon. Thanks so much for tuning in. Once again, I'm Travis Van Odi, number 12, CSUN 7. Number 7, Williston State 5. Good day on the Williston State YouTube channel.